On May 30, 2016, on a highway in Brazil, a fatal accident occurred. A vehicle was completely destroyed and the driver lost his life. As often happens in cases like this, a local TV crew arrived at the scene to cover the news. During the broadcast, the camera focuses on the wrecked car. Everything seems like a sad scene, but normal for police coverage, until something appears to peek out from behind the damaged windshield. For a few seconds, you can make out a face-like shape looking from inside the vehicle. There were no survivors, and the car was surrounded by authorities. Some people see it very clearly, others think it's just a reflection. You tell me, shadow or pareidolia? This case takes us to a cave in the Middle East, a place surrounded by rumors about dark presences and ancient entities. A group of explorers went in with flashlights, moving through tight rock passages and corridors where you can barely see anything.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حجي 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 بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم في شيء جوا وين دقيقة
Everything seems like a normal exploration until something appears between the cracks. Look at the background of the image, because that's where the recording becomes completely unsettling. Between the rocks, you can make out a small figure, as if it were a child, although it also looks like an old, worn-out doll. Its face is still, staring directly at them, and suddenly it disappears into the darkness at an unusual speed. The explorers shined their lights on the place, but there's nothing there anymore. Some said it could be a jinn, a demonic entity from Middle Eastern legends. What do you think it could have been? A girl was recording herself in her room while showing her toy collection. Everything seemed completely normal. She spoke calmly, showed her figures, and talked about her daily life like any girl in front of a camera.
Hi guys, today I'm going to show you my collection of horror toilets that I just received today. I went to my toy store and they had all these things like this little guy, these tiny action figures. There's the skinny toilet and this other one, and actually he also found the skinny toilet. And tomorrow I'm going to wear it to school. A lot of kids at my school like skinny toilets. The other day I saw my friend and we went out for a walk. Also that day we bought ice cream and I'm having a lot of fun.
But suddenly, something changes. The girl stops talking, looks up toward an area off camera, and her expression completely changes. It doesn't look like curiosity. It looks like fear. Seconds later, she runs out crying, and just as she leaves the room, A dark, semi-transparent shadow crosses the background at a strange speed. The older sister who found this video says that since that day, the girl doesn't want to sleep alone in that room. In April of 1991, the American program 2020 aired something that shocked millions of viewers. It's part of an exorcism authorized by the Catholic Church. The main character was a 16-year-old teenager known as Gina, who was experiencing strange episodes.
Just scratch my back with the scissors and I'll be here in front of the chest.
Voices, hallucinations, and violent attacks. During the ritual, the young woman seems to change completely.
But then something happens. Gina starts gagging. And as the pre-exorcism examination intensifies, unexpectedly, dark and unknown forces begin to emerge.
Gina told me I have to go.
Her voice becomes deeper. She starts saying phrases that are hard to understand.
Then, during a break, while the team is getting ready to start the exorcism ritual, Gina becomes violent.
Obey me in everything. Although I am an unworthy servant of God, do not harm this person.
And her body shakes as they try to restrain her.
Death is your destiny, MPS-1. Because you are the prince of Christmas homicides. You master the most evil deeds.
The scene looks like something out of a horror movie, but it was broadcast on national television.
She's going to kiss Christ's cross. Mom is going to take you home. She's going to relax.
Later, doubts arose about whether that was a possession, a psychological crisis, or a mix of fear, faith, and desperation.
Those evil spirits were there and they had to leave that day, and I'm very happy.
Tell me, do you think the camera captured something supernatural or a human situation pushed to the limit? I'll read your comments.
Teacher of heretics. The inventor of all obscenity.
This case doesn't need any ghost to be really scary. The recording comes from a doorbell camera installed in a house during the night. A woman arrives with her daughters and heads toward the entrance.
Can I help you?
No. You all good. I'm trying to make sure she'll.
I'm fine.
No, I guess she is managed. She wants to be. That's it.
You can go that way. Phyllis, it's not funny. Come in. I know. Look at me.
Soon, a complete stranger appears. He approaches with a strange calm, as if he had been waiting. The woman tries to stay very calm, talks to him, and avoids panicking. The man finally leaves, and for a moment it seems like everything is over. But just a few seconds later, the same man comes back. This time, he looks around, approaches the door, and checks if it's locked. Then he leaves quietly. We don't know what he wanted, and maybe that's the worst part, because sometimes the scariest things don't come from the beyond, but from someone standing right in front of your house. This video was shared on Reddit by someone who said they were experiencing strange phenomena in their home. To find out what was happening, he decided to leave a fixed camera pointing at a closed closet. At first, nothing happens. The room is completely still, silent, like any other empty room. But then the closet door starts to open by itself. Look at the movement. It doesn't seem like just a gust of air. It opens slowly and then slams shut forcefully. And this happens more than once. According to the owner, the windows were completely closed and they didn't find any faults with the door. Afterwards, the family started hearing footsteps and seeing shadows in the hallways every day. Maybe it was a mechanical problem, maybe a hidden draft. But if your closet opened like that every night, would you still sleep in that same room? Janet moved to a new house in March 2025. At first, she only recorded normal things: the move, her daily routine, her cat, and ultimately her new life. But one day while she was exercising, something completely shattered that peace.
Remember? We're friends. No, I don't remember. Please get out of my apartment. Please get out of my apartment. Please get out of my apartment.
Suddenly, a man appears inside her house. Janet obviously panics and asks him to leave and runs out. The police later didn't find anyone. However, the strangest part came afterward. Many people noticed that a door opened by itself just as she was escaping.
Well, an update. I'm just as confused as you are. I have absolutely no idea what happened. The only thing I know is that whatever it was, whatever happened, I'm grateful to whatever opened the door, because if it hadn't opened, I don't know, maybe some things would have happened.
A few days later, while she was recording with her cat, something impossible seemed to sink part of her bed, as if someone was standing on it. Janet ran away again. She came back home with a friend, and both of them were convinced that something was still there.
Right there by the green table. Okay. There's the wall like this. No. Oh my God. Tell me how I saw someone.
Intrusion, suggestion, or something else. This video went viral after a girl posted it on March 17, 2025. She and her friends were traveling through a mountainous and forested area of the Philippines. It was around 5 in the morning. 2 girls had stayed behind taking pictures. When they finished, they started running to catch up with the group. And that's when something appears behind them.
Naliligaw. Wala ni mga kasama namin. Nari mga kasama namin. Kailangan namin silang habulin. Kasi maliligaw kami. Gagi, malayo na sila. Wala na.
It's a dark silhouette with no visible features that seems to follow her for several seconds. You can't make out any clothes, face, or details, just a black shape that moves behind them and then disappears.
Naliligaw kami, guys! Naliligaw! Wala ni mga kasama namin. Kailangan namin silang habulin kasi naliligaw kami.
The girl said there was no one else on that stretch, that they never noticed anything until they checked the video. This case happened during a forest fire in Chile. While a television channel was broadcasting the emergency live, in the middle of the fire, viewers noticed something that didn't fit with that scene.
We're going to another area of Viña del Mar, to the Quinta Vergara area, near the Quinta Vergara. And those are the images, and Catalina Leiva is at the scene, because that's the view from the point where you are, Catalina, which is exactly where. Good evening.
Ramon, we're actually inside Quinta Vergara, in the Quinta Vergara Gardens.
Leiva is at the scene because that's the view from the point where you are, Catalina, which is exactly where. Good evening.
Ramon, we're actually inside Quinta Vergara, in the Quinta Vergara Gardens. Here at Quinta Vergara, it's really impressive how the fire has advanced to such an extent from the highest part of Viña del Mar. Just imagine, from the Felipe de Camiroaga settlement all the way here, almost to the center of Viña del Mar. We are right next to it. I couldn't find some sneakers that got burned. There are a lot of affected places because they kept popping up all day long. Not just in Viña del Mar, but also in...
Among the flames, a tall, dark figure appears, with a shape similar to that of a person. However, it doesn't look like someone walking through the smoke. It seems like something huge, much bigger than the nearby trees. It stays there for a few seconds. Then the silhouette slowly fades away as if it had never been there. Some said it could just be smoke. Others spoke of an illusion caused by the heat. But those who saw it live insist that it moved in a way that was just too strange. These images were recorded in 2012 by a tourist who was visiting an ancient castle in the mountains of France. There were more people around. Everything seemed like a simple, normal visit, and the man was just recording the place. But in one part of the video, the camera catches something that no one in the group seemed to notice. It's a tall, semi-transparent figure with a human shape that appears for a moment near the structure. The strangest thing is that it disappears almost immediately without anyone reacting, as if only the camera had recorded it. The tourist said he didn't see anything at that moment and that he discovered the figure when he reviewed the recording after the trip. Was it a person, a reflection, or something that shouldn't be there? An urban explorer traveled to France to record an abandoned house. The place had been empty for years, but inside it looked as if the owner had left overnight. Clothes everywhere, furniture, and even personal belongings were still there.
Well guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Instagram account, which is The Beard at School and The School. Also, visit the Facebook page. As always, I've uploaded all the photos to Facebook. 10 of them are on Instagram, and I'll see you in next week's video.
Well guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe.
During the exploration, he didn't find anyone. He didn't hear any voices, nor did he see any strange movements, and the recording seemed continuous. But after uploading the video, some viewers let him know that they had noticed something very disturbing.
So we'll start with this one first because it looks like it has a lot of things inside. And here are some more photos. The ceiling is completely covered in mold. There's still some condensation in the corner. Look at this closet. It's still completely full of clothes. Wow. Absolutely incredible. That looks as if something's been getting in here. Oh God. The bag's hit me on the leg. I thought someone had tapped me on the leg. It seems something has been coming in and possibly sleeping here. Look at this, the closet. It's still completely covered with clothes. Something is getting in here. Oh God. I thought someone had tapped me on the leg. It feels like something got in here and maybe it was sleeping.
In the mirror of a closet, you can see some legs behind some curtains, as if someone was hiding there, but when the explorer points his camera directly at that area, there's nothing there anymore. The strangest thing is that 2 minutes earlier, those legs weren't there. A girl uploaded a video to TikTok of herself singing in her room. For her, it was a normal recording, one of those anyone posts without thinking too much about it, but the video went viral for a reason she didn't expect. Shortly after posting it, she started receiving messages from people telling her to check the background. When she watched it again, she found something that only appears for a fraction of a second. Behind her, you can see a face with strange features peeking out, as if someone had been watching her from the darkness. The girl said that she was alone at home that day, that it was late at night, and that she had no explanation for what had appeared. The question remains open. Was it a prank, a strange effect, or something that was really behind her? This clip was recorded in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in the year 2011. A group of friends was gathered in a house talking and hanging out, while one of them was recording with his cell phone. At that moment, nothing seemed out of the ordinary.
Aí, fim da festa aí, pessoal. Comprei a câmera nova. Vamos colocar um vídeo no YouTube aí, ó. Ai, que vergonha, não faz isso. A Josi capotada já, com sono. Aí, Thiago, a câmera que eu comprei nova aí. Vermelhinha e tal. Vocês nem esperaram pra festa aí, né, mano? Meu Deus do céu, que porra é essa, velho? Mano, eu vi uma coisa aqui, Thiago. Tem alguma coisa passou aqui, velho. Velho. Tô falando sério, cara. Tô falando sério. Vem aqui comigo, cara. Não tem nada aqui, não. Eu vi uma coisa assim, cara. Tá louco, mano? Maluco. Eu vou voltar a câmera. Eu vou voltar a câmera e você vai ver, velho.
At a certain moment, the guy who was recording noticed something in the background near the kitchen. A human-like figure quickly passed by in the background. When they went to check that area, they didn't find anyone. The figure just seemed to have vanished. To make things even more unsettling, a bathroom door opens by itself, increasing the tension among everyone present. According to the person who recorded this footage, that person's face was strange, almost deformed, although you can barely see it for an instant. Thank you for watching the video up to this point. Only the brave make it this far. Leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more horror. Sweet nightmares.